At middleweight, Bo Nickal minus 1,500 as he makes his UFC debut against Jamie Pickett, who comes back at plus 900. I don't even know where to begin here. Like, what if Jamie Pickett beats Bo Nickal? Could you imagine? Like, if I was in your seats, guys, right?
Yeah.
You could do a 5-unit play, 7,500 to pay 500 on Bo Nickal. He's minus 1,500. He's been a pro for like 7 months.
Sure.
But Jamie Pickett on the other side can produce the win of a career. I think I've said publicly that it's a little bit of a mind fuck for Pickett and for Jay Perrin against Raul Rosas Jr. when you feel like maybe they're sending you out to be like a lamb to slaughter. So, Brian, what do you think about the price on Bo Nickal? Minus 1,500 on DraftKings Sportsbook as he makes his debut.
Price makes sense. I get it. First off, Jamie, I'm not going to talk about a lot about you in this breakdown. I apologize. You seem like a great guy. You're from one of the greatest cities in the world, Wilmington, North Carolina. Blue collar guy. I love your story, but this is the Bo show. I am a Bo Nickal guy, and the reason being is I think he's ultimately talented. I have DMs from 5 years ago trying to get him on the podcast before he even thought about MMA. I'm an MMA fan. I'm a UFC fan. I want the best for the sport. And over these years, we as the MMA community have lost out on these 5-star blue chip prospects. They go to WWE like Gable Stevenson. We never got a David Taylor in the UFC. We never got a Kyle Steiner. We never got a Cael Sanderson, who's an amazing, probably the greatest American wrestler. We got Yoel Romero at 36. We got Brock Lesnar after the WWE thing. Like, we're not getting Gordon Ryan. You know what I mean? He's not interested. This is a guy we got, and we got him, and he's that good. And I know he's fought kind of nobodies. He's 3-0, and I don't want to rush it, but I'm going to rush it. I'm on the Bo train here. My freight train that I'm driving has no brakes. When Bo Nickal fought again on the Contender Series, and he was in a position where he jumped to his back as a wrestler and locked in a triangle choke, was impressive. When I saw him grapple Gordon Ryan, the king, with 2 weeks of jiu-jitsu training, that's a guy that I want to root for. That's the guy I'm getting behind. So I think Bo Nickal by whatever he wants, really. I really, truly think it's going to be by submission. Jamie Pickett, takedown offense is 31%, and has given up some submissions. He's a durable guy, but I think Bo's going to take what he wants. Give me Bo by submission. Can we do a 20-unit parlay? Can I give you my house note? No, it's way too high to lock anything up. I'm going to play a Bo Nickal ticket. You have to. It's his first fight in the UFC. I have a tattoo bet with my buddies that if he doesn't become world champion one day, they can tattoo wherever they want on me. So I got a lot riding on this. So I'm all in on Bo.
Well, that's why I kind of led the conversation with, could you imagine if we're sitting here next Monday and Jamie Pickett has beaten Bo Nickal, right? Because I can tell you, if Bo Nickal loses to Jamie Pickett, you're probably getting a tattoo.
100%.
Because if you can't beat Jamie Pickett, you're probably not going to beat, Alex Pineda or anybody else.
Right.
Jamie Pickett had a win last January. Then he dropped 2 in a row to close out his year. Bo Nickal, obviously, the wrestling credentials are off the charts. The 2019 Big Ten Athlete of the Year, one of the best collegiate athletes in this country back in 2019. 2 submission wins on Dana White Contender Series, Kenny, in a combined 1 minute and 54 seconds. But I could never, as a sports bettor, go to the window and bet a huge ticket on Bo Nickal. But in this setting, right, it's make-believe money. Like you can go $7,500 on Bo Nickal. Now, if he loses, you lose the main event challenge probably for the year. But Kenny, how do you handicap Nickal and Pickett, and ultimately which way are you going?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I've been watching Bo Nickal wrestle for a long time. Absolute stud over at Penn State, trained by the great Cael Sanderson, and was just such a force, and had such a unique style of wrestling as well. So it showed that he's an intelligent guy, truly understands grappling. And once he was committed to mixed martial arts, you could see he's been putting in the work. And, he's going to be tough to beat. I don't care who you are. And if we're being honest, let's call this fight what it is. This was set up for Bo Nickal to look good on this pay-per-view, right? I mean, Jamie Pickett, when you're looking at this fight, you're like, okay, well, let me just look at this honestly. Is there anything in Jamie's game that tells me he could defeat Bo? There just isn't, unfortunately. You're looking for something, maybe some kind of special power or some kind of thing, maybe like some kind of Shazam type submission. It's just not there. And right. Bo Nickal is going to be a problem for guys in the top 10, perhaps right now. It doesn't have the experience, but these are the kind of fights that, he's going to get experience-wise that's going to help build that confidence and that skill set and that cage time, which is so essential as you ascend towards that top 10 type ranking. So Bo Nickal wins this one. It'd be cool to see Jamie perform well and maybe pull off this massive upset. But let's Bo.
Let's Bo.
Let's Bo.